Good morning, I hope you're well. Well, we're not in Toronto, Canada any longer, or Buffalo, New York. We're in South Florida right now, and it is very hot outside. So hot that I decided I'd stay in the air conditioning here and film this little word for this morning. You know, everybody here in South Florida, in Orlando, across the United States, we're all very sad because of the violence that has taken place in Orlando. And it's hard not to be shocked at what we as human beings can do to one another, and sometimes even in the name of God. One of the reasons that I am a Christian, and one of the reasons that I am listening to Jesus, is I believe that Jesus is humanity's hope to recover the ability to live at peace, to love as we were meant to love. I'm not saying that Christians are the only people who love, and I'm not saying that we sometimes don't do violent things in the name of God. But I am saying that my experience personally with Jesus has been a profound calming effect in my inner life. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not thankful for the fact that Jesus has talked to me so consistently about loving and even loving my enemy, and not letting someone else's behavior determine my behavior. As much as I fail at living every part of the Christian life that I could live, because Jesus is the Christian life that lives in me, I can hear him clearly saying to me, if you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. There is no hope in the sword. There is no hope in violence. I'm not saying that violence doesn't have its moment and its place in the defense of those that we love. It's very complex, but one thing I do know is that there is no long-term solution in violence. There's only a long-term solution in the improving of the quality of our love. If I could talk to any person today and say to them what I think the goal of their life really should be, it would be to let Jesus calm them down to the point that they're willing to turn their life into a manifestation of God's love. If we don't do that, then the violence just increases, the hate just increases. And my prayer for the community of the United States, but especially for the Christian community, is that we would let Jesus calm us down and perfect our love, because discipleship really is the perfecting of our love, so that we can live the life of Jesus that lives in us. I'm sure you can hear him say the same thing I heard this morning: love your enemies. If you live by the sword, you will die by the sword. I pray that God will calm us all down, and I pray that God would make the Christian community the most loving it's ever been in the history of the United States. God bless you, and I pray that we'll have a day of peace. May God be with us all, and may God perfect our love.